Before we get started, do me a favor and smash that like button. I'd appreciate it. Good morning, everybody. This is the first of what will likely be a weekly guest on the Teddy B channel. And I'd like to welcome LT Flyin to the channel. Good morning, LT.
Good morning, Teddy. It's a beautiful morning here in Tucson. We are looking forward to another beautiful, mild-tempered day. So,
all right.
I go by LT Flying. People see me commenting on your channel quite often, and I've tried to be of help and assistance in helping people understand what's going on with the THETA network, T-drop, T-cash, THETA swap, this T-bill as best I can, and I've been studying on it for, well, quite a while. Of course, started with THETA a couple years ago now, and learning about it, and then T-fuel, and then staking, and that whole process. So I guess I should explain to people what my background, a little bit of my background, and why I get so interested in these kinds of things. But I go by LT Flying because that's basically what I do, and I'm a corporate pilot, and I fly for an individual who owns the aircraft, and I manage the aircraft, the operation, and take him where he wants to go. It's a twin-engine business jet that's used around the world, actually. Has about an 8-hour range at upper 30,000, 39,000, 40,000 feet range in altitude. So it's a very capable biz jet, capable of going anywhere in the world. So I enjoy doing that. I enjoy being a part of the aviation community, but it does afford me some time to downtime in places where I get there to get out the laptop and take a look at what's going on in other aspects. And I've gotten into cryptocurrencies in the last few years, and in THETA in particularly. And the more I learn about THETA and the THETA network, the more intrigued I become. I find that my past has uniquely equipped me to be doing what I'm doing right now. And that's kind of true about everybody and where they are when they find themselves. But I managed to go to college and graduate from college with a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics. So got a bit of a mathematical mind. Taught school for a couple years, enjoyed that, but decided I really needed to be in aviation, and I left the teaching career and got into aviation. And so for the last 24 years, I've been flying biz jets and doing different things, work for Fortune 500 companies, flying biz jets around the world, and for an individual, take them where they need to go. So there's just different aspects of it, and I enjoy all of that, but it does give me the time to delve into some of these other things, such as the cryptocurrencies, and learning how to utilize these things to our benefit, and really intrigued with the DeFi, decentralized finance. And a few months ago, I learned about an interview and started watching that interview. It's quite lengthy. It's D-Guard, the head of G-Pool, interviewing, and he started talking about all the things he has planned and the things he's working on, and he and his team. And so I've been studying that, and part of that, of course, is the THETA Cash, THETA Swap, and T-bill. And so, being that I'm a THETA investor, I'm very interested in THETA, of course, that piqued my attention, and jumped off in that pool, no pun intended. And of course, been enjoying your videos. And a few months back, whenever you said, "Hey, if anybody wants to connect, have a conversation, you can contact me." And so I took that opportunity, and I'm glad I did. I've had many good conversations with you, and I'm glad that we can do this today.
Yeah, me too. Hopefully, this is going to be a a fairly regular thing. trying to do one a week if we can and see where it takes us.
Yeah, well, it's quite often two heads are better than one, and you can bounce things back and forth. It tends to help everybody. And that's one of the things I particularly liked about your channel, and you in particular, is you really are doing this out of the compassion of your heart to help educate people about THETA and what's going on with THETA. So to be able to join you and help you with doing some research or finding some answers, I'm more than happy to do that. And so here we are.
Yeah, I think certainly what I'm doing with the channel, it doesn't really pay much. The ad revenue,
Right.
it pulls in 150 to $200 a month, which is really nothing. But
Well,
I think that I got started. But yeah, I got started with the channel. I had 19 subscribers, and I did some videos on THETA because that was my interest. And over the following year, I picked up close to 6,000 subscribers, and I thought, well, people are certainly interested in this topic, so I'll keep on doing it. And that kind of led us to where we are now. Like you said, I invited viewers that wanted to have a one-on-one conversation with Teddy B to reach out to me, and you were one of those that did that, and we've struck up what has become a friendship. We haven't actually met face to face, but that'll happen one day, I'm sure. But,
yep. I tend to get out and around, so sooner or later I'll be through your neck of the woods.
Oh yeah, I find I've never had the opportunity to talk to somebody that flies jets for a living, so I've fascinated with that, and we've connected in that area as well. But I think that the two of us, you've taught me some things, and your eyesight is a big help to me, because I've got a vision impairment that makes it difficult for me to read a lot of things. So wonder that I'm even able to edit these videos, but I manage.
Right. That's one of the things that I was going to say, is that I'm really surprised you can put out the videos that you do, being the limitations that you have. So I'm more than happy to assist where I can, and reading through this stuff and trying to find answers to help you make a better video is something I can do. So
Yeah.
happy to be of assistance. So.
Well, I appreciate your help, and I look forward to actually meeting you face to face one day, and perhaps both of us will be wealthy by then with with THETA. But certainly this new area that we've been exploring together for the last 3-4 weeks, being DeFi and the liquidity pool, is going to be an interesting area. And what fascinates me the most about it is the fact that people that don't have enough THETA or T-Fuel to be able to stake them to a Guardian node or an Edge node and earn can get into this liquidity pool, because there's no minimums, and they can earn an estimated 10x over what they would be earning if they were staked to a Guardian node or Edge node. So it's really an area that people that are just getting started and dabbling in it can get into, and reap some serious rewards. So that's the area that we're going to talk about in the coming days. We'll be putting out videos at least one a week. I think we're going to try for. Go from there. But you've got a military background as well, don't you?
Yes, I served 24 years in the Air National Guard, where I lived there, and had the pleasure of having several different career fields while I was in the military. I did retire some time ago, but I just my time on a C-130, I was a load master for a period of time, and then a flight engineer. So I spent about 14 years making noise on a C-130, and so that was certainly a pleasure, and it was a blessing to be able to be involved in that. Enjoyed my time very much, and I encourage everybody young people coming out of high school or in college, check out the military. There's a lot of great benefits to serving, just from a personal satisfaction, but also benefits of further education and learning things about how the world works, how different things work. So it's a good rounding experience in my estimation. So I would encourage all to do so.
Now, I know in one of our recent conversations, we got onto the subject of who you have been able to meet in your career flying, and you were telling me about a celebrity that you had the chance to fly and meet. So let's talk about that for a moment.
Okay, well, I have had the opportunity to fly numerous politicians or dignitaries and a few celebrities, and my biggest achievement in my eyes anyway, I've always been a country music fan, and the company I was working for at the time had started a product chain in their stores for Reba McEntire, and so we were sent out to California to pick up Reba and take her to different locations to do appearances to promote the products that her name was on. So for about 5 days I got to fly Reba around, and she is certainly a wonderful lady to be around. She was very kind, very generous in her time and just talking to you. She's a little different than what you would see on her show Reba or other things you've seen her in. A little more quiet and reserved than what I would say she is on her show, but still just very, very gracious person, down to earth really. I think she is just a person who has a heart for people, but she certainly has talents and skills that set her apart. So a beautiful lady. So that was my pleasure for sure.
Yeah, the thing that fascinates me is the fact that you have this one image of the lady from her show, and the reality is she's nothing like that in person.
Well, yeah, she's just she has the skills or ability to personify the things that she's asked to do. So that's what makes her a good actress, and the talent she has definitely comes out on the screen or on the stage. So I've had the experience of being able to go to see her recently in concert, and she still does a great concert. So that was a lot of fun. So
yeah, that's cool. So
yeah.
I guess we'll wrap this one up. If you want to just touch on a few of the things that we're going to be discussing in the next one, and then we'll close this one out and we'll do another one.
Okay. What I was thinking we would talk about is the basic idea of Theta Cash, what it is and how it's unique from other liquidity, from other tokens, and how the liquidity pool is unique with T-bill and Theta Fuel. So we would talk about how it's put together, what is intended from D-Guard, what he intends for it to be in the coming days, what its use cases are going to be, the potential for its growth, and then how that shows up in value or price in our wallets. And then it's going to be a governance token. There will be a governance token based on how much you have in the liquidity pool. We'll go into a deeper dive into the rebase aspect of the Theta Cash or T-bill, and what this rebase aspect is and what it means to us. And in the comments or questions I see quite often is, well, what's your impermanent loss? And I'd like to talk about that, because as something that people have in mind about this impermanent loss due to other liquidity pools maybe they've been involved in or read about. But the way this has been put together, why you don't have impermanent loss. So that's definitely a huge benefit over other liquidity pools or staking aspects. I'd like to talk about what the staking multipliers are and how these multipliers work. There's a little bit of confusion I see in the comments, people wondering, well, I got a 2x, so why am I not seeing 2x in my wallet or in my active staking page? I'm only seeing 75% or something of that nature. So people certainly have some questions about what does it mean to have a 1.5x or 2x. So I'd like for us to discuss that a bit, help take away some of the confusion about that. Lastly, but not least, and it certainly will lead into other discussions, is the different aspects of Gpool, what they've put out as a plan, where they're going, what they're planning on doing. This is overall use case for the T-bill and what it's going to mean for us as liquidity providers going forward. And if I think it'd be good for us to talk about the golden ratio, and this is something that DeGard himself had done, put out to the world last year about the golden ratio and what the ratio between theta and T-fuel should be. And he basically did a mathematical computation, given some assumptions, and came up with a ratio that if that ratio is higher than 6.25, then you should be buying T-fuel because it's cheap, and if the ratio is lower, then you should be buying theta because it's cheap. These are aspects that help people understand what the value is and where you should be in your investment of these two coins. And now T-bills come out, and T-bill is going to affect that ratio. And so that's quite a to hear DeGard talk about that and where he thinks the ratio should be. I mean, he's done a lot of extensive work on this, and I believe he's right. So I'd like to talk about that ratio and where it's going. So where the ratio of T-fuel theta is probably headed in the weeks and months to come.
Well, we certainly will be able to touch upon all of that in the next video, which eventually I think we'll settle into once a week pattern, but we'll probably get another couple of videos out here within this week. So this is just the introductory video, if you will, and I want to thank you for joining me and taking the time to help us all out with this.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, and I hope it is a help for all those that hear, and that it will get passed around to others. That you certainly should be commended for putting together a great channel and providing the service that you do each day. I appreciate that.
Well, it's something to do to help me wake up in the morning, that's for sure. I'm up 4 o'clock in the morning. The last couple of days I've been up at 3. Just
right.
Can't sleep, so I get up and I make my coffee and my breakfast, and then I work on the daily update video, which seems like it's been getting more views the last few days than before, so maybe more people are catching on. Well, that's a wrap for this presentation, so cue the music. If you enjoyed the video, then hit that thumbs up for me, and I'll see you in the next video.